Let us audit a phrase you must have probably heard 100 times but completely ignored: lifestyle inflation. Standard economic textbooks tell you that lifestyle inflation happens naturally. You get a corporate promotion, your salary increases from 50,000 to 1 lakh a month, and suddenly your spending habits automatically expand to match your new level of income. You upgrade your apartment, you buy a slightly nicer car, and you start eating at better restaurants. But in 2026, lifestyle inflation is no longer a slow, natural byproduct of career growth. It has been artificially weaponized against your brain by the social media apps sitting right inside your pocket. Every single day you open Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you are not just looking updates from your friends, you are being injected by hyper curated, highly aesthetic 4K simulation of extreme luxury. You see a 24-year-old influencer casually buying a designer handbag, an old classmate checking into a 20,000 a night worth boutique hotel in Ubud, or a tech professional showing off their aesthetic Sunday brunch at a premium cave. Your brain was never evolved to handle this kind of global peer comparison. Without even realizing it, your baseline definition of a normal life is being rewritten by an algorithm designed to make you feel completely inadequate. Today, we are going to break down the psychological mechanism of how social media is secretly draining your net worth and the exact mathematical cost it is charging you future. Act 1: The shift from desire to essential. To understand why you're constantly feeling broke despite your income increasing, you need to understand a psychological trap called the hedonic treadmill. 10 years ago, peer comparison was highly localized. You compared yourself to your neighbors, your colleagues at work, or your immediate cousins. If they bought a new car, you would feel a little bit of competitive friction. But today, social media has collapsed the boundaries of reality. You are now actively comparing your everyday behind the scene life to the absolute highlight reels of the 1% wealthiest person on the planet. This alone creates a dangerous cognitive shift. Your luxury desires instantly transform into your daily baseline essential. Think about it. Going out for a premium specialty artisanal coffee was a rare treat for the weekends. But now, because every aesthetic vlog on your feed starts their day with a 400 rupees worth cold brew, your brain flags that luxury as a standard daily requirement. Taking an international vacation every single year used to be an elite milestone. Now, because your feed is a non-stop loop of your friends posing in Europe or Bali, you feel like an absolute corporate failure if you spend your weekends resting at home. You aren't spending money because you actually want these things. You are spending money to artificially signal to your digital network that you are keeping up. You are financing an invisible lifestyle standard that doesn't even exist in reality. Act 2: The Indian credit trap or the EMI epidemic. Now let's look at how this economic trap specifically plays out in urban Indian market. Fintech companies and banks figured out this psychological vulnerability years ago. They realize that young Indian professionals are drowning in lifestyle envy, but they don't have the actual cash flow to fund it. So what did they do? They engineered the ultimate financial weapon: no cost EMIs, BNPL apps, and instant personal loans. Go look at any major electronic store or travel portal right now. You apparently don't need a lakh and a half to buy the latest model of iPhone to look successful in your mirror selfies. The app tells you that all you need is 6,000 per month, and you don't need any more savings to take that trip to Goa for the Instagram grid. You can just click a button and finance it via an instant loan app. This is an epidemic of fake luxury. When you slice your income into 10 different monthly EMI segments just to fund aesthetic experiences and consumer goods that depreciate to zero value the moment you buy them, you are systematically destroying your financial mobility. You become completely trapped. You cannot take career risks, you cannot quit the toxic job, and you cannot join any chaotic startup to build high leverage career because you're entirely paralyzed by these debt cycles required to keep up appearances on your phone screen. Act 3: The opportunity capital, or what it is actually costing you. Let's look at some actual math because we need to talk about what this inflation is actually costing you. It is not just costing you the face value of the item, it is also costing you opportunity capital. Every single time you're spending 10,000 rupees on an unnecessary aesthetic luxury item just to feed your feed, you aren't just losing that 10,000, you are also losing the compounding power of that money over the next 20 years. If the same capital was aggressively rooted towards low cost index funds or equity assets or used to build a real independent side hustle inventory, it would transform your absolute freedom by the time you hit your 30s. What you'll have to understand is the real cost of lifestyle inflation is time. By inflating your lifestyle to match your digital feed, you are voluntarily trading away your early retirement, your peace of mind, and your ability to make bold life moves. You are choosing to work a monotonous, soul crushing job for the next extra 15 years just so that you can look affluent for people on Instagram whom you don't even like in real life. According to my understanding, it is a completely losing trade. True wealth is completely silent. True wealth is an invisible bank balance, an emergency corpus that lets you sleep like a baby at night, and an absolute freedom to do whatever you want to do on a Tuesday morning. Pro tip: if you think using UPI or credit card is cool, trust me, you're being fooled. When I was in the UK, I would use Apple Pay as if it was someone else's bank balance. I would tap and make a payment without even thinking what is my account balance. It is the same case happening with the UPI payment in India. Every time you digitally make a payment, you physically do not know what is the value of money that you're spending. You do not know what is the amount of bank balance left after this exact purchase. And you keep doing it repeatedly until you're broke by mid month and you're waiting for your next paycheck. This, knowingly or unknowingly, is a psychological trap. All the rich people I've ever met, and when I'm saying rich, I'm speaking uber rich. These people always hold significant amount of physical cash in their wallets. And I have seen this common throughout all the wealthy people. When you physically draw cash from your bank account and you hold it in your wallet, every time you make a purchase, you physically can touch and feel and see and count the amount of value left in your purchase. This in your mind creates a sense of responsibility. You now have a physical budget to work on. So you try to stick to it. And when I say use cash, I am not meaning to say that you should stop your online shopping. Instead, do your online shopping and make the payment method via cash as cash on delivery. By the time you receive the product 3 or 4 days later, you will have enough time to understand if it is a necessity or if it is just an impulsive purchase. I personally withdraw 30% of my paycheck, and that is all my limit to use for the month. Initially, when I came to India 3 months ago, I was very reluctant to download PhonePe or have a UPI ID because I know my mindset. I understand general human psychology. And please don't ban me for saying that I hate UPI, but that is the fact. Although I was very reluctant to set up a UPI ID, eventually I gave up to societal whims and now I do use UPI, but I try to restrict it as much as possible. If there is a possibility for me to pay cash and get through done, I will get it done. And finally, to wrap everything up, the next time you're about to swipe your credit card for an expensive purchase, I want you to stop and ask yourself one cold clinical question. Am I buying this because it genuinely brings me value to my biological life? Or am I buying this to pay rent for my digital ego? The moment you disconnect your self worth from the digital matrix, you win the entire game. Your savings rate will skyrocket, your decision fatigue will dissolve, and you will start building real, unshakable economic leverage. When you realize that nobody worth impressing actually cares for the brand of your shirt, you stop being a consumer and finally start being an asset builder. If you're ready to stop falling for algorithmic traps, build authentic wealth, and execute serious long term career strategies, smash that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below with the phrase silent wealth if you're committing to freezing your lifestyle inflation this very month. Let us see who's actually ready to choose freedom over feed. Thanks for spending another strategic day with me. Stay disciplined, protect your capital, and go build what is yours. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.